Hi lovelies, welcome to my channel. Here we are doing the monthly reading for all zodiac signs. This is going to be for my lovely Virgos, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as Ascendant. Before we get into your reading, your tarot reading, Virgo, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown in reference to what the planet alignments are going to bring about for the next coming 2 years and a half, as we are preparing to receive Saturn going into Capricorn, its ruling sign. This will definitely affect each and every single sign, depending on the house it lands on. That's how it will be very prominent for the coming 2 years and a half. Now, let me give you guys a quick rundown before we get into your reading. So, Virgos, Saturn had been sitting on your 4th house for the past 3 years. What does this mean? Well, 4th house is all about family. It's all about parents. It's all about security. And with Saturn is definitely a very serious sign, and it's all about karmic lessons and relationships. So it could have played out in the sense that for the past 3 years, you guys have been struggling in reference to family, or keeping the family together, or being connected with family members, just not seeing eye to eye. Saturn is the father figure, so a lot of you guys may have been dealing or being challenged with authoritative figures. Your father, it can also represent. And again, like I said, being in the 4th house is all about family. So you guys have been tested throughout the past 3 years, again, like I said, in this aspect. Now, from 2015 all the way to 2017, you guys might have felt even disconnected. Usually for Virgos, because it is, because this was a karmatic lesson for you guys to learn, with Saturn being in your 4th house, and it's starting to leave the 4th house, you guys might have you might be able to find emotional stability. So if a lot of you Virgos may have been experiencing either depression, for some of you, because you know Saturn is a very heavy energy, and Saturn is all about discipline. Saturn is all about responsibility. It is the responsibility planet. So what does this mean? If you were tested with Saturn in regards to business and finances, and instead of stepping it up, and instead of putting the effort, going out of your way to make things happen, you were kind of going with the flow. Well, for the coming 2 years and a half, going into your 5th house, because Saturn is going into your 5th house, and the 5th house is all about pleasure, creativity, children, and fun. So this may sound amazing, but the negative aspect of Saturn going into this house is that Saturn is all about the opposite of what Leo represents. Leo is a sun energy, and wherever Saturn goes, it kind of freezes that type of energy, and it makes it more slow. So again, like I said, if instead of being challenged and taking on the challenges for the past 3 years, for those of you Virgos that have been challenged, have been trying, and have been going through difficulties, if you put in that effort and actually made things happen, just didn't give up and continuously keep putting effort into the position you're in, into the job you're in, putting effort into the family dynamic, even after so many altercations or misunderstandings, what's going to happen is that going into the 5th house, you may be able to experience a little bit more harmony. But on the contrary, if you guys have been kind of feeling like just giving up, it's going to affect you greatly, because Saturn is the karma planet. So it's going to give you're going to reap basically what you've been working on, with the efforts you've been putting, or lack of effort thereof. So again, be very mindful about that. Now, if you guys have been dealing with depression, or if you guys have been dealing with a lot of almost feeling suppressed, feeling like you can't move forward, feeling like you're stuck, now is the time to start changing that pattern and making yourself very committed to the cause. So what do I mean by this? Well, Saturn brings a lot of lessons. and it's leaving your fourth house, you may find emotional stability. You may find yourself a little bit more balanced. Gradually, you start to feel reconnected with family. You may, even almost the feeling of belonging. Things are going to start to gradually start to progress and get better for you guys. But again, Saturn is supporting Virgo now rather than hurting it. So what this means is that you're going to be able to Saturn going into Capricorn, for us it's known when its ruling planet goes into its sign, it usually bears gifts. So what does this mean? Well, again, like I said, if you've been putting effort and just not giving up and continuing on with your cause, whatever it may be, whether it's projects, whether it's business and finances, whether it's family members, you've been trying to bring them all together, whatever it is, going into your fifth house, you're going to start to experience the fruits of your labor. As again, like I said, Saturn will be supporting Virgo. But again, also, very important to note, it's going to happen very gradually for you guys, only if effort goes into it. In the fifth house, if you want if you've been having trouble getting pregnant or having a child, Saturn going into your fifth house, as it is ruled with children, for the coming 2.5 years, pregnancy is very promising for you guys. So now is the time to put that effort. Even if you have to continuously try, the promise is there, as everything to do with Capricorn is materialization in the material plane. So again, and then Saturn goes into its ruling sign, which is Capricorn. So the manifestations will happen for you guys, okay? I know it's been very difficult for the past couple of years for you guys. But again, like I said, if you put effort into what you're doing, Saturn will definitely recompensate every hard work, every difficulty you've been going through. Again, like I said, Saturn is the father planet. So it's all about put that effort and they will, get you that toy. They will give you that advancement. They will open new opportunities for you, but only if effort goes into it. As with Saturn, nothing's easy. So anyways, what else? In your fifth house, a lot of you guys, in regards to romance, your romance starts to, if it's been non-existent, you start to reconnect. You start to, you start to connect with people. You start to, suitors start to come in. And, when Saturn was in your fourth house, it was all about building walls, as the fourth house Cancer rules. So it's all about building walls and protecting yourself in regards to love and romance. And again, going into your fifth house, what does this mean? Well, now that the walls have been up, have you learned your lessons? Have you put effort? Do you value yourself? Do you feel worthy enough to be loved? If the answer to that is yes, then suitors that are going to be looking for commitment, suitors that are looking for something long lasting, are definitely going to make themselves known to you. As Saturn going into your fifth house, it does promise new beginnings in reference to love and romance. And it's not something that is going to be fey-weathered. It's something that is long lasting, as Saturn is all about commitments. It's all about responsibilities. But again, only if effort goes into it. Let's see what else. Basically, Saturn has been cutting out anything that no longer suits you, anything that no longer supports you, and almost becoming unapologetic about what you want in relationships. And only serious partners start to come out. Now, what I mean by only, well, you're going to have, as life, you may find people that come into your life or try to connect with you romantically, but you're going to be able to read the people that are not interested in something long-term or committed. And it is up to you to understand and know, have you learned your lessons from the past 3 years? Have you learned what Saturn has been trying to teach you? Almost a reflection, almost going within ourselves to truly understand, why am I attracting, the wrong type? Why am I this? Why am I that? And again, like I said, if you've put effort into really recognizing even what we've been doing wrong in relationships, only then will you be able to attract that person that is going to bring something long-term for you. Okay? So let's see what else. You guys become a little bit more practical, and you may attract older partners, as Saturn is ruled by older people. It could be an older person, doesn't necessarily have to be much older than you, but it usually does represent that. And it's usually about 7 years apart. So it could be a person that is 7 years older than you. For some of you guys, it can also represent someone that's younger than you, but younger in the aspect of age, not maturity. As again, like I said, have you ever met those people that, they're young, but they carry themselves very serious, or they carry themselves very well in knowing exactly what it is that they want? Well, that's the type of people that Saturn represents, a person that knows exactly what they want. Maturity doesn't always come with age. It usually comes, through trial and error. So not just particularly with age. So again, it may play out differently for you guys. Let's see what else. Also, the partner that comes into your life might push you. They might test you, but only to benefit you. As it, again, like I said, Saturn is all about structure, and it's all about hard work. So they're going to be teaching you, if you find a person that comes into your life for the coming 2 years and a half, and they just annoy you because they keep, pushing you, whether it's even, it could be in the sense of experiencing that they rush you all the time, and they're like, I told you I was going to pick you up at 8, and you always come out at 8:30. Like, when I pick you up and we agree at a certain time, then that's the time you should be there. But they don't become overbearing. They let you know the mistakes you're doing, only to teach you to do better. I hope that makes sense. It could even be that they push you to, you keep saying that, you're going to get in this diet, but yet you're eating junk food all the time or whatnot. As Saturn and Capricorn, they're very frank. So again, not in a rude way, but very honest. And again, like I said, ultimately it has the best benefit for you, because they're trying to give you that structure. They're trying to give you that responsibility, or the respect for honoring the responsibility. I hope that makes sense to you guys. But anyways, again, like I said, only for the best of your interests. Ultimately, that's what it is. And so yeah, anyways, let's get into your reading. I hope that this helped you guys understand a little bit more. And again, I hope this is a video that you guys may return to it for the coming 2 years and a half, and it will make much more sense then than it will now. As again, like I said, these are just forecasts of what's to come and what will be playing out for the coming 2 years and a half for you guys. Okay, so whenever you feel a little lost, whenever you're like, what's going on, come back to this video, just so you'll see that down the road it'll make much more sense than it does now, only because we are just approaching the receiving of Saturn going back to its ruling sign, which is Capricorn. So anyways, let's see what Spirit has for you Virgos for the month of December 2017. Let's see what Spirit has for you Virgos. Virgos for the month of December 2017. All right. Your first card, Temperance. Second card, Nine of Wands. The Fool card. The Three of Cups. The Queen of Wands. The Eight of Wands. The World card. The Magician. The King of Cups. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay, let me move this camera just a little so you guys can see a little better. Okay, so my dear Virgos, you guys start off the month with the Temperance card. Again, what we were just speaking about in reference to Saturn entering Capricorn. It's all about balance, and it's all about structure. You guys have the Nine of Wands. You guys have been through difficulties. You guys have been fighting those battles. And again, it's all about know and understand that every single difficulty that we go through in life, embrace it. I know a lot of the times when we're going through those difficulties, it becomes very difficult to accept them. So we try to resist them. And the more we resist them, the more they become more prominent. And I feel that for a lot of Virgos, that has been happening, and it has been playing out in the past, 2 years. And again, like I said, the Nine of Wands is almost getting to the point of wanting to give up. But right when you're about to give up, what happens? You get the Fool card. The Fool is a new beginning, a new cycle, hope coming into your life, opportunity for advancement and growth. You have the Three of Cups here. The Three of Cups could represent being prosperous, being surrounded. Of course, we all know holidays are around the corner. It could be reconnecting with family members. It could be being in balance and in harmony, as you do have the Temperance here, with family members, and being able to move forward in a positive aspect. Now you have the Queen of Wands here. For some of you guys are dealing with a fire sign. Fire sign could be a Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo. For others, it could be a water sign, as you do have the King of Cups here. Water sign would be a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. And I feel that this person that you're dealing with, this Queen of Wands, could represent a person that is trying to guide you or trying to teach you something about manifestations, as you do have the Magician card here. It could be a person that tries to, as simply as trying to, pull your spirits up, communicate with you in a positive aspect, trying to teach you about manifestations, as the Magician card is here. Or it could be a person that you look up to, a person that is self-made, or a person that runs their own business. It could be a person that you connect with or have some type of admiration for, and are trying to learn from them the balance and the manifestations that you're wanting in your life. For others of you, it could have been a person that you have known from the past, and perhaps haven't, been able to balance each other's energy. So what this means, it could be a person that you admire and they admire you, but it could be that your personalities kind of clash or become an issue. So the friendship or the connection hasn't gone on a deeper level. For others of you guys, it could just represent a fire sign. It doesn't have to be a female. It could be both male or female. It is a general reading. And this could be a person from your past, a person that you walked away from, or they walked away from you. We are going into retrograde. So what does this mean? If this is a person from the past that is a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries, they may be reaching out to you. But know and understand that, again, like I said, in reference to Saturn going into Capricorn, it's about karmatic lessons. Did you learn your lesson? Are you willing to accept this opportunity that's coming to you, that is right around the corner? Or are you willing to give the opportunity to this person from the past that walked away in this relationship, or from this relationship? Things didn't go out the way they wanted, so now they're trying to communicate with you. Be careful about that, Virgo, because you do have the World card here. The World card is the ending cycle. We have to let go of what no longer serves us. It's all about self-worthy, okay? Self-worthiness. And if this Queen of Wands is being symbolized as a person from the past, know and understand that. Are you really wanting a partnership, or what you're looking for is just someone to make your life easier? Whether it's to feel that you belong, whether it's to feel the fact that you're not alone, or whether it's having economical backbone, basically someone getting you out of the rut. Is that what you're wanting? Or, it's a time for reflection right now. And the reason I say that is you do have the Fool card here. And this is a promise for new beginnings. But it can also represent that you become a fool sometimes and allow people to walk all over you. People that in the past have walked away or given up. When things don't go their way, they come back into your life and try to connect or reconnect with you. And instead of allowing them to move forward and go your own separate ways, instead of doing that, what happens? You become emotionally available to this person. And it's not based off of strong foundations. It's not based off reality, or it's not based off self-worth. So what do I mean? If this is a person from your past that is coming back into your life, Saturn is going into Capricorn. It's the karmic planet. So did you learn your lessons about self-worthiness up here when they walked away? Or are you willing to accept them with open arms instead of giving them the boot, instead of closing the door on them? Are you willing to receive them and try the best you can? And I say you try because I don't feel that they've tried in the past. Are you willing to try again and make yourself vulnerable once again to a person that is emotionally unavailable? Okay? And if that's the case, then you're keeping yourself away from this connection that comes from a new beginning, a new cycle, a new person that may promise something long-lasting. Okay? Now, for those of you guys that are married or have been married or in a long-term committed relationship, the same message applies. Are you going to allow the partner that you're with, and this could represent you, Virgo, as well, as it is a general reading. Are you going to allow your partner to walk all over you, to step all over you, to disrespect you? Because this is a very fiery energy. And I'm feeling that they could be a bit arrogant, or they have no problem putting you in your place in public or around people. You're lacking balance. Balance can also represent the lack of seeing clearly. And are you willing to allow this, and instead of closing the door to what no longer serves you and embrace new beginnings? The arrows of love are right at the center. Are you willing to give yourself the opportunity, or are you watering yourself down? Okay? I hope this makes sense to you guys. And again, like I said, I hope that you guys do return to this video for the coming 2 years and see how it plays out for you guys. Okay? I wish you guys the very best, and we'll see each other in the middle of the month. Bye.